Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to August TC New Tech. How are we doing tonight? All right, we're going to make an effort tonight to be a little louder than we were last month because it was way too quiet and it got nervous up here, so it got a little weird. I'm Chris Nesbitt. I'm the event director for TC New Tech. I can't believe it's August already. That just blows my mind. It's the Sunday of summer already. So tonight we've got some amazing pitches, as we always try to bring you great pitches from all over the state. We've got 4 contestants. We had a couple drop out. But they're all really wonderful pitches. So without further ado, we're going to get right into it with a little bit of housekeeping. If you haven't checked in yet, please make sure you do so. You can do that with the app. You can get to the app by scanning the QR code with your phone, or you can go to app.tcnewtech.org. This does go for everybody who's on our live stream as well. At the end, make sure that you check in now so that when we get to the voting at the end, those of you here in person and the people online will be able to vote. And I'm hoping that we'll get lots and lots of votes tonight, both from in person and online. So there's a lot of other benefits to the app as well. You can sign up for SMS notifications prior to the next event so that we aren't missing any TC New Techs going into the winter, because we all need to be here. It's cold and we need fun things to do. But you can also vote on there. You can make donations on there. There's a lot of wonderful things that you can do right on the app. Moving on, we've got making sure that we have our cell phones silenced, and I would mess this up last month, so please don't do as I do as I say. But that's really annoying. We'd rather hear this. It's hard for the presenters when they hear phones going off in the middle of their pitches to stay on track. So if you can mute your phones, put them on vibrate, that would be wonderful, but don't turn them off because you will need them for the voting. And we'd also like to ask, if you do take any photos tonight, please post them on social media. Please tag us at TC New Tech. And then also, if you catch any of the presenters, tag them as well. It's really important that the work that we're doing here at TC New Tech and abroad in the ecosystem is making it outside of our own little bubbles. And we want as much exposure as we can for these young entrepreneurs and startups, because it's an important piece. Okay, the work we're doing here is important. So tag them, tag us. We appreciate it. And with that, we're going to go over the schedule real quick here. So to start off, we're going to have Bill come up here and do a little talk about why TC New Tech is important, make his little ask. We've got 20 Fathoms going to come up and give us a quick update. Eric Roberts is here tonight to talk to us. And then we're going to get into our 5-minute pitches from our pitch contestants. And then we will move into the audience voting and PSAs. Just a reminder about the PSAs, you can go ahead and line up when it comes time. You can line up at the microphones in the aisles, make your 30-second pitch commercial, talk about your business, talk about the things that are happening in the area, and just take turns, go back and forth. And we'll do that until everybody's gone through. So think about what you want to talk about. It's a good platform, and that'll all be on the live stream, and people in the room will hear you as well. So we'll wrap up with the award at the end there, and then we'll finish up with some sponsor stuff right at the end there. So with that, I'm going to invite Bill Palladino up to the stage to talk about why TC New Tech is so important. Come on up, Bill.
Hello, 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 hello. You know, it's August because I'm wearing my Birkenstocks and a t-shirt. So thanks for being here tonight, everybody. Why is TC New Tech important? I think we are the front lobby for the edifice that is technology funding. And we hope that you enjoy yourselves here. And we're in that lobby. There's a lot of information. There's a lot of support. There's a lot of direction. And that's hopefully what we provide. We're a tiny little organization. Really, this is what we do. We try to really create the grease that organizations and businesses can use to slide into the technology world. And you're a part of that. We need your support to do that. If you open up your app, I need you to do that. There's a little button on your app. Go ahead, open it up. I'm going to ask you to do that. On the bottom, you'll see a little button that says donate. We need you guys to do that. Just a few bucks helps us out. We've got a tiny little budget of about $35,000 a year. And really all that does is it helps us pay for this operation that we do once a month. So we need your support to make that happen. Thanks for all of our sponsors for doing that. Thank you for showing up on this beautiful summer night here in Traverse City, Michigan. Let's hear it for Chris and this great group of people we got pitching tonight, and we'll see you in a little bit.
Thank you so much, Bill. You always do a great job up here. So much energy, and I appreciate everything you do for TC New Tech. I do have a personal ask, and this is something I'm going to do differently tonight. I would like to encourage everybody who comes here on a regular basis to bring 1 to 2 people next time. I'd love to see this room filled again. I know that there's a lot of need for it. I also know that I think a lot of the people that you could bring would probably love this. This is a good time. There's a lot of great people here. It's wonderful for making new friends, and everybody supports everybody. So if you could bring a person or 2 next time, I would really appreciate it. With that said, I'm going to bring up Eric Roberts from 20 Fathoms, and I want to talk a little bit about 20 Fathoms just real quick while he's on his way up. They are such a critical partner for us. They do so many wonderful things for the ecosystem, and we couldn't do what we do without them. So here's Eric.
Thanks, Chris. Is Dan here? Dan Esronico, is he here? Is he? He's downstairs. Okay, there was a young lady a second ago looking for help with the app. Where'd she go? Where'd she not? Okay, she was trying to get the app launched and is working Android. And I said, I got to talk in like 10 seconds. So I'll help you in a minute. I don't actually see her in here right now. And I also don't know why I write things down in this list here. We're going to have to wing it because the lighting is not good and I often can't read it. A couple updates from the 20 Fathom side. One, I told you back in, I think it was April, that we would be applying for that next big grant. Remember, we got one 4 years ago. That one ran out. Because we did well with that grant, we get to apply for the next one. Giant sigh of relief. We hit submit on that thing last week. It's about a 6-month progress. So if you say a prayer, light a candle, whatever it is you do, please do it for us. That would free up, it would be an investment in Traverse City of about $4 million over the next 3 years. So meaningful amount of money to us. And so anyway, cross your fingers on that. Second one on freshwater, and you saw a slide that Bill had up a second ago. I haven't had a chance to talk about it since the state got behind us. And I just wanted to add a little perspective. Of course, it's tremendous news that the state budget that Governor Whitmer, in fact, signed, I believe it was yesterday, that is now the law of the land. That's how it works. It goes into bill, the budget becomes a law, they vote it. So now that it's a law, we are on a path to getting $15 million from the state for the Freshwater Research Center. That's really amazing news, but I want to just add a little bit of context to it. In addition to that, it was extraordinarily supported by both sides, right? Part of the reason we picked freshwater, right? It was a very purple issue. Both sides supported it, and even better than that, the lieutenant governor, and I quote, "This has been my baby from the start," put that out on Facebook and has supported it as well. So along with the money that comes from the state of Michigan, I'll say it subtly and quietly in this room, it's kind of too big to fail now. There's enough momentum behind it that the state is now starting to believe this thing that we've talked about. So yes, the money is fabulous. It's going to lead to a new research center. That's what we're going to do. But it's also tremendous support from the state of Michigan. So don't lose that. Perfect example of that is EDA has launched a new program called Tech Hubs. They're trying to create each year 20 technology hubs across the country. They only give out 20, so not even one per state. And it's $150 million over the course of 10 years. So the very, very large programs. State of Michigan said, we want to be in the middle of all of that. Let's put forward our applications. They reached out to Northern Michigan kind of to check a box. And now we are one of them. Now we're applying for the strategy grant. That's the one that we go work in and build a full strategy for the next 12 to 18 months. And then we apply for the big one. But it's a perfect example. Guess what's in paragraph 1 of that grant application, right? State of Michigan just gave us $15 million. And by the way, there's another line in the same budget that says preferred list for the next $5 million. We asked them for $20 million. They only gave us 15. So we're on a direct path to getting another 20 from them. Now we've got the entire state of Michigan behind this effort. This Tech Hubs thing is all of Northern Michigan. So knuckles up, including across the UP. So we're collaborating with Invest UP, Marquette, Michigan Tech, M-Tech, which is the smart zone up there. There's another smart zone in Marquette. This is a vision that we've had to launch this blue economy in the entire northern part of the state. Yes, the 15 million is awesome. Yes, that's going to enable what we're trying to do here in Traverse City. But trust me when I tell you, there's a group of us thinking much larger and what we can do in all of northern Michigan. So stay tuned on that. Really, really exciting thing. As far as staying connected, a couple quick notes. One, if you haven't joined the hub yet, I don't know, Greg Terrell's not here, sadly. He was a huge champion for us last time. Sign up to the hub. Find Gretchen afterwards, and she'll help you if you need to. But the more people we get involved in that thing, the more mass that it builds. It's updates to the ecosystem. It's not just a 20 Fathoms thing. We sponsored it. We got the thing going. However, join. You'll get a lot more information. You'll stay up to date. Second one is we do open houses at 20 Fathoms now. You're all invited. You should all be there. It's the last Thursday of the month. Come talk to us. Ask us what's going on. Collide and meet with other people as well. We are, drum roll please, we are turning 5 this October. Yes, we did it. We right? We are not a smart zone, right? They wouldn't give us a smart zone, but we did it anyway. So we are 5 years in. We're going to have a, where's Maria? Birthday party, Maria. We're going to have a birthday party. We'll have more Evite and all that stuff coming out about October 12th. Okay, mental note or put it on your calendar, October 12th. We're going to have a big party. We're trying to get some really cool guest speakers in for it. So anyway, mark your calendars for that one. Lastly, we have a newsletter that comes out once a month. Make sure you're signed up to that. Again, we can help you afterwards if you need it. To stay up to date on this, there's a ton going on. I think there'd be even more as the fall comes around that I can't really talk about yet, but keep yourself in the loop because it's, coming to this thing, getting the newsletter, getting involved in all that stuff is how you stay up to date. So with that, I'll hand it back to Chris. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Eric. And I can honestly tell you, I love going up to 20 Fathoms. It is amazing collision space. A lot of the people you see in this room are up there every day, and the view is unbeatable. All right, so we are going to move into our first round of pitches here. So we've got Lynn Mariana. Okay, so come on up, Lynn. And she's going to be pitching pain tools today. I'm very excited to see this pitch personally.
See if I can make all the technology work. There we go. Hi, I'm Lynn Matayana. I'm the CEO and founder of Community Health Focus and its pioneering digital health program, self-care, called Pain Tools. You know, it was 25 years ago that I was in agonizing pain. And I would go to the doctors and I would say, I need your help. And they would say, I'm sorry, I don't know how to help you. Today, 100 million people in the United States suffer with chronic pain. And when they go to the doctor, what are they told? I don't know how to help you. The problem is that our medical system is not good at treating chronic pain. We have a pain epidemic, we have an opioid crisis, and we spend billions of dollars on medications and different things that just don't work. What we have found through the research is that what is missing is self-care. Self-care is the part that needs to be done in between doctors' visits. And because of this, we need to have some way that either the medical system or someone else can do this for them. When the doctors do this, they say, go out and exercise, eat better. And the person goes home and they go, how do I do that? I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't know how I can ever get myself better by myself. So what we did was we built Pain Tools. And what Pain Tools is a proprietary, evidence-based methodology that helps people with pain to be able to implement self-care in their daily life. We are unique because we have a way of doing it so each user is being prioritized and their program is personal. So it's different for each person, so we know that we help people even though they're all different. Our platform uses messaging. We have videos, excuse me. We have all sorts of articles, webinars, and Zoom meetings. Those are very important because people are so isolated, they really feel that having that community and being able to share is very important. They also can track their progress, and then we give them information back as to what is working for them and help them to keep going with that process of self-care. Our team are experts, global experts in the area of pain. I started the National Fibromyalgia Association in 1997. I raised over $20 million to help with research and to be able to help further people with this illness. Dr. Dave Williams is a leading pain researcher at the University of Michigan. He also is the co-director of the Chronic Pain and Fatigue Research Center, and he advises the government and businesses. Jay Fisher is an expert in digital health and human behavior change. He has also been a consultant for the past 20 years, working with companies like Humana, Pfizer, and Merck. So our direct target market is 15 million women. And the reason why we chose these women, they're the ones that have fibromyalgia, migraine headache, lower back pain, and different types of things that are coordinated with fibromyalgia. What these are pains that are body-wide. And these people are going to be able to do pain tools because we have over 500,000 contacts, so that we know how to reach the people in pain, as well as healthcare providers and also people that are experts. Oh, and we estimate our market to be $2.7 billion. So the best news is we know that Pain Tools works. We decided to build our prototype, and we took a year to do it, but we got it built, and then in March we launched it and had 46 people, women, be able to do this program for 4 months. So what happened was we found out that they said, Pain Tools changed my life. We didn't expect this kind of outcome, but we also from the data found out that these women had 17% improvement in their pain, and they had between 21 and 31% improvement in their sleep, their mood, and their cognition. What we're doing is we're looking forward to taking the prototype and turning it into our full product so that we can launch it as a soft launch by the end of the year. We are based with doing a core subscription of $35 for a quarter and $129 a year. We also will have value-added packages as well as resources that have products and services that will help them in doing their self-care. And we also look forward to potential data in the area, or potential revenue in the area of data. By 2027, we are looking at having 139,000 subscribers. We hope to have a revenue of $32 million and an EBITDA of over 19 million. So where we are today is we are looking for help from you and other angels and investors to raise $30,000 to be able to get our prototype turned into a product and be able to launch it so that people can start using Pain Tools. We are looking forward to being able to take those people who've been doing the beta and have said to us, please hurry up and get that done because we don't want to have to go without Pain Tools another day. So I hope all of you will be a part of this journey. Not only will we build a successful business, but we also will help solve a problem our society has been dealing with, as well as helping thousands and hopefully millions of people. Thank you so much for your time. Oh, I do questions now. Yes. That's a good question. Pfizer decided that they were going to do a self-care program. They spent $80 million, and all of a sudden they went, we're not in the self-care business. So what's happened is I've actually heard from a pharmaceutical company who's in the clinical, they're doing phase 2 of their clinical trial with a new medication. They've been kind of talking to us about if once we get going, that they might be interested in doing a clinical trial with the medication and with self-care.
So your market share gains are not necessarily at their expense of their build self.
Right.
Okay, good.
Any other questions, please? Oh, come on. There.
Have you incorporated or thought about machine learning, AI at all with our program?
Yes, absolutely. That will be part of our future. We have algorithms already. It's kind of hard if you say AI, people have all different ideas about what that means. And so we've been kind of calling it machine learning at this phase. Dave Williams is actually learning and doing a lot of digital health and working with AI. And so he's kind of our expert in that area. We will eventually be using that because we need to be able to personalize even more so we can look at people and decide based on which kind of pain they have, what kind of functionality they have, so we'll be able to personalize it even more. Yes? Wow. We're looking at ChatGPT as part of what we would be doing. We've also talked to other companies. In fact, there's a lot of nonprofits who've been collecting a lot of information where they can do that. They can help better diagnose. There's a group in Ann Arbor called Isabel, and they help people be able to put information in and find their diagnosis. So those are the type of companies that we may be able to in the future work together with. I saw another hand. Yes. The good news is that we are not a treatment. We are self-care. So at this point, there aren't any regulations that we have to deal with. We obviously have to protect people's privacy, and that's really about it, is the privacy part. We have talked about that, and I think that's something that could happen in the future, especially with Medicare. Jay is one of the experts in that area, and I think that he feels that that would be one of the ways we would go. Yes? Oh, sorry. Good question. We're doing it quarterly because what we found is that people, it takes about 3 months for them to really get into it and feel comfortable using the product. So we're doing it quarterly and then at reduced price annually. We also will have value-added things. So if they want more of the socialization or if they want more of the education, that they can pay extra for that. And I'm trying to think, what was the rest of your question? Oh, yes. So what we anticipate is that people will probably do this for a long time because the reason is there's nothing else that seems to be working. And once they're invested in this, especially the community aspect of it, like I said, when we finished the beta, we had so many of the beta participants say, please don't stop this. We are letting them do the beta over again. So. I'll tell you, I was very excited. You know, you build something, you do something, and you're not absolutely sure how many people are going to want to be able to take advantage of it. And it was amazing. So thank you. Anything else? Okay.
Thank you so much. Great job. Well, I can definitely say that, you know, chronic pain is a difficult thing to deal with. I personally deal with it, and it is not an easy thing. So moving right along here, we've got Dan Cass, or otherwise known as Inventor Danny. Did I say that right? Inventor Danny? So Danny's going to be showing us a little speaker tonight. Come on up, Danny. Yep.
Well, hello, everyone. My name is Inventor Danny. People call me Dan Cass. I think you got a street name after me right here in town. Anyways, I'm from the company D3 Products. We're headquartered in St. Clair, Michigan. I'm going to move on here. So anyway, D3, what we are, we created innovative space-saving platforms and products where we take all of our engineering and design. We have intellectual properties and we make very cool products for the next generation. So here we are. So anyways, we build some tech. We're going to show you some excitement. So hopefully this crowd gets going and ready for some action. So again, my name's Inventor Danny. A little bit about me. I got a master's in electrical, been involved in business development, vice president of loss control and engineering, did a product development portfolio of IP, member of Underwriter Laboratories. I've been in the standards technical panel there. I'm also a director of the National Alliance of Advanced Battery Technologies. And I worked on the electric vehicle back in the year 2000 in Japan. That was 23 years ago. I work on future stuff. So here we go. So today, I left my corporate world back in 2016. I've been on my own for a while. I have multiple patents in audio, video, wireless charging, telehealth, mechanical structure. Like I said, I have issued utility patents. I got continuous continuation patents, and I also have trademarks. So what's my latest invention? It's the little speaker. What's the little speaker? Let me see if I can show you guys from a distance here. It's the first speaker to magnetize to a phone. Right there. Turn my phone into a kickstand, right? So there it is right there. Magnetizes to your phone, turns into a kickstand, as I said. We're the very first one. Not only does it magnetize to my phone, it comes with these little metal adhesive rings right there. And I'm going to show you guys something. Here's one right here. I can put it anywhere. So I put that on my kayak, I float down the river, I go anywhere with it, right? Put it in my tent, my camper, wherever. Like I say, old speaker technology, let's talk a little bit about it. Old speakers are big and bulky, they sit on a counter, you can't put them everywhere, right? You cannot pair two of them together either, so we can actually pair two speakers. Our magnets are actually built into housings of this technology, that's part of our IP. And we have an automatically energy power management system that power algorithm controlled to shut down automatically. So I consider old speakers old technology. So what do we have here? So like I said, we have our magnetic technology built in. It's portable, it sticks to any surface, wood, plastic, glass, metal, anywhere, right? I can pair two of them together, and when I do that, I get surround sound, and I get stereo, right? So we can transfer data up to 4 times the distance. Oh, I skipped one. We actually transfer 2 times faster and we go 4 times the distance. What I mean by that is I can be up to 30 feet away from my phone and I can still play. Old speakers are about 7 to 10 feet. So we got a dustproof cap on the top, which you can see in the corner over there, so the sand doesn't wreck it when you take it to the beach. It's water resistant. Like I mentioned earlier, we got an energy management system to conserve the battery power. And plus, we can create custom digital wraps and corporate logos like you see on the end over there. So some of our milestones with where we're at, I'm a 3-time Catapult winner right here in Michigan. I got, like I said, multiple patents. I was a finalist in the Smart Home Mark of Excellence Award. My name's right next to GE. I also won the IBT Tech Award with that product right there. And you know what? When we did that, we actually met the crew from Top Gun, Maverick. They congratulated us. They helped kickstart our sales. So we won the first place new pitch product contest at Lowe's. They did a Shark Tank event, invited 1,000 suppliers to pitch, narrowed it down to 125. We came in and we actually won #1. So Lowe's gave us a PO. I also did the Cobalt speaker. We got a purchase order from them for over 1,300 stores, which will be in the stores this fall for Christmas. Last but not least, our growing pains. We had to fund our purchase order. Banks won't want to give us money, so we funded it. We got a lot of capital tied up right now. So we're outgrowing our angel investments. We got Walmart chasing me. They called again today. I got live sellers moving very fast. So I was on TikTok. Everybody know TikTok? I had almost 400,000 people just watching me on TikTok on my live shows. So anyways, we got a little Speaker Pro version coming out. It's got a microphone, wireless charging all built into it. That's our second patent on it. And then that's coming through. And like I say, that's it. That's it. I covered it all. Questions? Yes, sir. I did not want to do crowdsource funding. There's a reason why. Crowdsource funding, we get copied fast. They steal our technology. We already have copycats coming in. So I already met with the IAC group, which is going to bump everybody out. So we see, I just went through that. We were at a reunion with a bunch of folks that part of Shark Tank. They invited me in and they told me how to get rid of them. So great question. Yes, sir. Way in the back. What do we, well, we're at that next level. So when we raised capital, we were at $6 million valuation. So we're doing $60,000 a share when I first started all my inventions. And today we're beyond that now because we sold over $1 million in these right now. So Lowe's actually offered me a $2 million purchase order. I couldn't fund it. You know, we can talk afterwards. Yeah, perfect question. So you ask, do we have data that compares to other technologies? So we won the IBT award at Consumer Electronics Show in 2022. That's the International Best Times Tech Award. JBL, Sony, none of those guys won it. We won it. So why? We're very versatile. We go everywhere. They sit on a counter. We can go anywhere. Like I showed you, we can stick it anywhere. And not only do that, we paired to transfer data twice as fast and go 4 times the distance. Now they're coming out with that technology, but we were one of the first ones out with it. Anyone else? Yes, sir. Can you hear them? I'm saying? Yeah, I got to pair them up, but I can. Come see me afterwards. I pair them. I'll tell you a quick story. So when I was playing the movie Top Gun over at CES, these 4 guys walked up to me and they said, "Congratulations on your award. That's my movie." And it was the camera crew and the assistant director of Maverick. And they go, "Amazing." They helped kickstart my sales. Next thing I know, my speaker's being sold to our military bases where they filmed the movie in San Diego. Then I started shipping it overseas. Moms and dads started buying it for their sons and daughters. And so it just kind of took off. I was on LA TV and then it just kind of took off. Yes, sir. Way in the back. Sure. Great question. He asked about how long the battery life is. The battery life on our technology is 6 to 8 hours. So what's unique about our battery is we actually have an energy management power control system in there, like an algorithm. So in other words, let's say I had my phone on the counter and I drove away to the store. It'll shut itself right off. So I got one of those speakers called Bose. I got a Sony. They'll stay on and they'll drain the battery. We conserve the battery, we turn itself right off. So it'll automatically shut down when not in use. So if you go take a phone call, it can shut itself off. Great question though. Yes, sir, over on the right side, I'm sorry. It was $29.99. No, that's per speaker. That's what we're selling it for today on Amazon. We got it on sale right now for $24.99. We will be in Lowe's for $19.99. Our margins, even at that price right there, if we sell direct to consumers, we're at 66%. My margins are anywhere from 66 to 77%. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, and definitely meet with Danny out in the lobby here after we're all done, so that he can show you what it sounds like. Oh, Danny, I need my clicker. Need my clicker, Danny. You got my clicker? Can I get that back? That's okay. Keep going. All right. Well, moving right along here, I want to talk a little bit about Creative Coast as well as Traverse Connect. They're another one of our really important sponsors. They are also part of an ecosystem here in Traverse City that helps to support entrepreneurs as well as freelancers and to make that possible for that group of people. They put on some fantastic events, so keep an eye out for them and attend a few of them if you want to meet some new people. Alrighty, and our next pitch here is Shrisha Madhur. Is that right? Okay. He's going to be pitching Startup Registry.
Hi, everyone. My name is Shrisha Madhur. I'm the co-founder and CTO of Startup Registry, an enterprise dedicated to fostering the connection between investors and early-stage startups for new and proper deal flow. We've talked to over 100 startup founders, and we learned that raising funds properly can take a lot of time and effort. In fact, some of them have expressed that focusing on fundraising has distracted them from their core business strategies. But this is not at the fault of investors. Angels see thousands of startups before a handful actually fit their investor criterias. So for angels, it's more about not just finding new deal flow, but finding proper deal flow that fit their investor thesis. So that's why we created Startup Registry, an opportunity for founders to display what they're working on, who they are, and provide essential information for investors to see if it fits their thesis, have an easy way to contact the founders to learn more, and potentially fund their businesses. Our revenue model is charging investors either $99 a month or $1,000 a year to access the startup information. Based on founders' feedback, we learned that the information that they share with investors is highly confidential, so they don't want just anyone seeing it. So in efforts, we created one public page where anyone can see the startups and what they're working on, and also a private page that only accredited investors will have access to see the investor pitch deck and financial information. And the only way to access that is to talk to one of our team members and get an investor sign up private link. We're starting in Michigan, not just because we're Michigan natives, but Michigan is the #1 VC investment growth state. We're the #1 emerging startup ecosystem globally. And in the past 6 years, we have seen 5 startups reach unicorn status. And unfortunately, we want to showcase all this information and all the founders and their brilliant ideas, but we don't have a platform until now. So compared to our competitors, we don't show once deals are closed and when a round is done. We like to show it before. We like to show startups that are looking for investment opportunities that are high growth and investors looking to put more money into these startups. And we know in early stage, it's all about the founders. You know, there's that mantra, it's about the team, then the product, and we cater to that. We show as much information about the company as we do for the founders, and it's worked so far. So we're relatively new. We started the idea at the end of May, and we were really quick to put out an MVP within a couple days to get startups on there and get to see their feedback in this customer discovery phase that we're in. Starting in June, we started forming strategic partnerships with startup hubs, which include accelerators, incubators, and smart zones. So they're, the startups that they're affiliated with know that there's a resource that they can use. We just came back from Chicago from a collegiate pitch competition where we placed 5th and out of 40, and we were the youngest team to do so. And now at TC Tech, we have 80 startups, 10 investors, 3 strategic partners, and 2 deal flows already in the works. And our goal by the end of August is to have 300 startups. This is our team. Collectively, we've worked on over 10 startups, 3 that are notably successful, and 7 that have failed. And given this experience, we know what it takes to get a business to where we want it to be. And additionally, our business ethos is comprised based on our experience and our core values of empowerment, transparency, and curiosity. And we carry that into our relationships with startups and investors that we collaborate with. The last thing I'll say, and this is to the founders in the room, don't be shy to share what your businesses are. On Startup Registry, there are people that really want to connect with you, that are industry experts, that want to get you to where you want to be. And for the investors in the room, Michigan is the next startup ecosystem. In fact, it's the startup ecosystem to invest in. We have so many brilliant ideas in the state that are going to do wonderful things, and it's better to be early than late. Thank you. Yes. Great question. The question is what feedback have we received from investors and how is that going to change us going forward? One of the first ones is the mantra, it's about the team, not the product. Initially, we did not have a founder's bio. We didn't share their LinkedIns or any of that kind of information, just the company. And we quickly went and changed that. And we included that in our onboarding process. Recently, we learned that, it's the idea of proper deal flow. When it came to the financials, we weren't asking for too much from the startup, and they were looking for more of the ARR, the expected revenue projections, and that type of information. So we've included that as well. Yeah.
So on your timeline, you had a May 20th ideation date and a May 22nd launch date, presumably with an MVP.
Yeah.
What are the barriers to entry to other brilliant people like you who, if you can come up with something in 2 days and launch it, what prevents the barriers? What are the barriers to entry for competitors?
Great question. The question is we came up with it, we launched it in 2 days. How does that prevent competitors from doing the same thing, or new competitors from doing the same thing? We recognized exactly that. And there are so many. The idea of a website with startup information is nothing new. It's very saturated. And so we decided with these strategic partnerships with Innovate Marquette, with the Burgess Institute, with Michigan Founders Fund, that they have all these startups that they work with, but they don't have a strategic partner that deal with the funding information. Same with, I'm from East Lansing, so LEAP. They don't have a resource for funding information or to receive funding from investors. So creating those strategic partnerships is how we are differentiating ourselves in this state. And part of our, I forgot to mention it on our market, states that are similar to Michigan, like Minnesota and Wisconsin, are monitoring how we're doing here and how we're going to help Michigan. And they're eager to implement startup registry in those states as well. Yeah. Okay.
You don't charge startups at all? And the second part is, if you, when you look at an investor, is it like an angel group as one investor, or is it the individual investors in the
Great question. So the first question was, do you charge startups? And the answer to that is startups have other things to pay for. We'll keep it free for them. And then the second question is how we're targeting angels. Right now, it is angel networks. I am part of the Burgess Institute, which is the student entrepreneurship program, and our director is helping us with attracting investors. I'm an intern at the MSU Research Foundation, where they interact with a lot of investors. So I've been lucky and privileged to be able to talk to a lot of investors that I know. And then we're gonna start targeting angel networks that are across the state and also across the country, because there's people from everywhere. Yeah, it's a great question. So the question is if an angel group has 30 people, is it one investor or is it 30 investors? It's going to be 30 investors, but we can do a group discount based on talking to the actual organization rather than each investor. Yeah.
I'm curious, have you considered leaning in to Michigan? Michigan Startup Registry or Startup Registry Michigan, leaning in on that and not being so broad. You don't worry the saturation of the market, you focus just on Michigan.
Yeah, great question. So the question is lean into Michigan, make a Michigan Startup Registry, and not focus, thinking about too much of the saturation in the market. We did in the beginning. However, when we were hearing, from our mentor and advisor, he was telling us that there are states similar to Michigan that don't have this type of product that need something like this. So tailoring it towards Michigan was something we didn't want to, glue ourselves to. For the time being, it is. In the inevitable future, we don't want to just be tied down to Michigan, but at the specific point, all we're focused on is Michigan startups. Yeah. Oh. Great question. The question is in terms of transparency, can people see who are the investors? And that actually ties into your question as well in the beginning about how we've received feedback. In the beginning, we didn't show the current investors in a certain round, but that's something that they asked for. So we do show that to the investors that are on our platform. Thank you.
Great job, great job. And I honestly want to call out the point where he said he had 7 failures. I think that's a really important piece for anybody to call out. You should talk about it more. It's an important piece. So next up, we've got Aiden and Matthew with Data Loom. It'll be the last pitch tonight. Come on up.
Hello, TC New Tech. We are DataLoom, a data analytics platform initially targeting local food service businesses using the Toast point of sale system. My name is Aiden Gollin. I'm a rising sophomore at MSU and the founder of DataLoom.
And good evening, Traverse City. I'm Matthew Hernandez, user experience strategist and front-end developer at DataLoom.
DataLoom started its journey with Common Good Bakery, a local food service business who was struggling to gain value from their data. Their point of sale system Toast provided limited insights, short of a single graph showing information for a single day. As such, they had to resort to manually putting their data in a spreadsheet and generating a graph by hand. This, for obvious reasons, was slow and inefficient.
Additionally, we surveyed more than 10 local businesses in Traverse City and Ann Arbor, and we found that more than half were dissatisfied with the insights that Toast provided.
This is where DataLoom stepped in. We're partnering with Common Good Bakery, a local food business, to make a user-friendly data analytics platform that offers a more comprehensive understanding of their sales data than what they currently have. Our mission is not only to provide deep insights, but also to create an interface that is easy and intuitive to access.
And just as important as a product that we provide is the user interface. We make sure that we introduce a simplified version of an interface that users can utilize and reach the insights that are most important to them whenever they need it and right when they need it. So we focus on prioritizing key insights, visual cues, simplifying the navigation, and going really in depth with color theory, because that's an important thing of user experience.
Now, the point of sale system we are initially targeting, Toast, is a big company valued at $12 billion, with more than 15,000 companies partnered nationwide. As such, I'm sure you're asking yourself right now, why has no one else created a solution similar to this?
Well, there are others, Axial Commerce and Delight. However, these two corporations focus on front of house operations, providing the client with guest important information regarding them and customers or team members. DataLoom focuses on sales-based insights, making sure that the business owner receives the information that is the most essential to them right when they need it. But that's just the big step. DataLoom AI is an integration that we're providing our platform by presenting predictive data insights and accurate and fast results through Profit by Meta, which is an open source library.
Right here is the peak of our AI training on a real data set. Our implementation of AI into DataLoom is more than just a feature. It's a game changer. It allows us to give business owners the foresight into future trends on their data. This will allow business owners not only to see future trends in their data, but also predict when certain products will have a down week. For example, with Common Good Bakery, we're implementing a tool that will allow the team to see when certain pastries or breads will sell less, allowing them to make less of them, leading to less food in the dumpster.
And our go-to marketing strategy is by focusing on local businesses that are as excited as we are about our product. And to ensure that, we have begun a research process, and we found two local candidates here in Traverse City, Rare Bird and Parliament Pizza, two local businesses that we've reached out to, and we are wanting to ask them if they'd like to join us on our beta tester program, where we will work one-on-one with them to ensure that our business meets the open market standard.
To give you a more concrete idea of where we're going with DataLoom, we've put together a timeline. By the end of August, we will complete our minimum viable product for Common Good Bakery. Then, onwards to the end of the year, we will implement our beta program and use our insight gained to fine-tune our program and make it ready for the open market. Then onward until June 2024, we will move DataLoom into the production stage and initiate our marketing campaign, getting our product into more customers' hands. From June onwards, we will expand to other point of sale systems, such as Square, as I'm sure you've seen outside at the bar, and continue fine-tuning our development for DataLoom.
We plan on utilizing a majority of our funds through this event, of course, to bring on a sales and marketing team. We believe the sales and marketing team will be able to bring our outreach and really the true definition of what DataLoom is out to the public. Secondly, business essentials. Of course, we have to worry about incorporation, domain, and quality assurance, making sure that our code is well audited and well fitted for this program. And lastly, augmenting and not only enhancing, but researching more about our artificial intelligence algorithms to ensure that we are providing the best real-time insights and the fastest performance we can provide for the customer.
We reiterate our mission to democratizing data analytics. This is more than just a project. It's an endeavor to put the power of data back in the hands of the local business owner. By voting for us here today, you're not only showing your support for DataLoom, but also endorsing a future where data insights are in the hands of all business owners.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes.
Have you ever thought about aggregating data, anonymizing it, so that you have a lot of stakeholders in the same landscape who can draw the insights that is valuable to them from a bigger data platform as a service?
Yeah, so the question was, as we expand, could we possibly aggregate the data from multiple businesses, obviously ensuring privacy, and use those trends to kind of create broader insights for businesses? And that's definitely something we could look into as we expand to other businesses. I think the main point for me would be having to see, could we generalize those kind of trends across businesses? Obviously for different seasons, different kind of holidays, that definitely would be something we could look into. So I'd say that's something we would have to see as we integrate more businesses into our program. Yeah.
What were the results? Did the common good bakery, did they have any meaningful results? Saying like, oh wow, this did make 30% less biscuits in the trash. You know, is there something like that?
Yeah, so far we have not currently delivered them a platform. We are working on completing our minimum viable product by the end of August. But so far, what we have developed has provided a deeper insight into the kind of data that they're able to see. And so it's kind of helped them see some trends that they weren't initially able to see through that graph that I showed you earlier. It's over here. Yeah, so we plan on offering them a free trial version, obviously, to see. And then we also are going to be working with those beta testers initially who were enthusiastic when we reached out to them to kind of develop our product into something that provides as much value as possible. So right now, we were only talking about the data insights and the artificial intelligence predictions. But as well, I mean, a big part of it is that our product is in the very early stages, and we are able to modify it to this feedback that we get from beta testers. So I think by the end, when we are putting our product into the open market, we'll have a very compelling product for them. Over there. So a big thing in the food industry is that there are a lot of seasonal and holiday trends, and that's something that Profit specializes in. You're able to put in specific holidays. If you have one, say in Traverse City Cherry Festival, that wouldn't normally be in a statistical model. So you're able to put in your own kind of holidays, so that can help you predict stuff. And then there are definitely other algorithms that we are looking into. That's part of our continued fine-tunement of our AI development. But through our research is an open source project, which obviously is a good thing. And it kind of seemed like a very good initial promising model to use to kind of further development on. Over here, I think we had a question. Oh, I'll get to you next. Sorry, sir. Yeah, so it is local. It is running on the server side. We plan on kind of updating our training model on the new data as it gets input every single day. And that's something we can do not when the user loads it, but when the data first gets loaded into the database. So it shouldn't take too long on the user's end, at least, because we'll already have the insights generated, say at like 4 a.m. when our new data for the previous day comes in. And over here. Mm. So I don't see there being too many potential costs with scaling. Obviously, with software, there are increasing server costs, but because this software is going to be used by primarily business owners, we don't see the cost from scaling to be increasing too much. I mean, a business owner would use this maybe once, twice a day, and those server costs are very low. And then, I mean, generating insights on those data also is not too expensive. So I don't see this costing too much more as we scale up. We're using AWS, yes.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. That was a fantastic pitch. And we are moving into probably what I would say is the most fun part of the evening, where we all log onto our app with the QR code there. And, yep, pull out those phones. Remember, I told you don't turn them off. Scan the QR code. You can also go to app.tcnewtech.org. Both will get you to the same place. If you haven't checked in, you can check in real quick and then vote after that. But the prize tonight is $500. And you've got 4 teams on there. And so we're also leading up to our PSAs. So those of you who would like to make a PSA, I think it's supposed to switch over. There it goes. So if you want to come up, there you go. Russell's got the right idea. Come up to the microphones, make your 30-second PSA pitch, go back and forth between the mics, guys, and make your votes and take it away.
So you heard a lot about a bunch of money being invested in northern Michigan or in Michigan in general about water technology, blue technology. SampleServe has been doing this long before it was popular. So if you're interested in actually investing your own dollars in some water technology, we've got a little booth out here. We're looking for investment. So come and talk to us. I can tell you about all the recent contracts that we've had signed, which show for a promising future for SampleServe. Thank you.
So I'll throw out a completely disconnected PSA for a little village where I live called Kingsley, Michigan, where we know Traverse City is a little tourist town 15 miles north of Kingsley. You should come on down. We've got a brand new brewery. The folks at Workshop Brewery opened a brand new brewery in Kingsley. We've got 2 new restaurants down there. We've got probably the best farmers market in northern Michigan in Kingsley. It's Wednesday evenings. There's always music. And if you stick around, you go to the farmers market, you can get $1 off of a beer at the local brewery. Come down to Kingsley, folks, just 15 miles down Garfield Road, and you'll find a way there. Just come on out. Thanks a lot.
You gonna make one, Chris? Yeah.
Hello, Chris Schaefer. Many of you know me as the guy who always brings the kids doing robotics through here, and we are starting a new season. So I'm looking for more elementary and middle school kids who are interested in getting into programming and building robotics for local, state, and national competitions. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jim McKinley. I work at the Special Operations Command in Tampa, Florida. I'm up here on vacation. Thought I'd stop in. But if you're a small business and you haven't checked into the SBIR program or the STTR program, you really should. 3% of our research dollars go to small businesses. It's a way to compete against big defense. It's a great program. Check it out. If you have any questions, you can hit me up afterwards. Thanks.
Any other PSAs? Okay.
Oh, one more.
So one more. Go ahead. That's perfect.
Hi, everyone. I'll make it quick. I'm Matt Filipkowski. I'm a mechanical engineer by trade, and I have about 25 years experience. I've recently become unemployed, looking for something in the community versus remote. So if anyone in the room has some lead for me, that would be very helpful. So thank you.
Okay. I think that's all the PSAs. So we're going to go into the most anxious part of the evening. Can I get a little drum roll, everybody? To the lab? Yeah. So first up, we're going to go through our sponsors. We've got Creative Coast here as a silver sponsor. We've got State Farm. If you scan the QR code, you can get a comparison. quote there. Susan's been around with us for a long time. We've also got Access Point. Access Point does services basically. Normally Lisa's here. I didn't see her tonight, but we've also got Bill Palladino over at Creos. He does Positivity Corporation training. We're going to get it one of these days. And then we've also got Profit Clean with Sarah Hunt, who's also normally here, but she's not here tonight. If you need anything clean, essentially short-term rentals, etc., we've got Michigan Economic Development Corporation, new partner for us this year. Fantastic organization. They've helped us out. I know they've helped out a few other groups in the room here. And then, of course, we have 20 Fathoms. And we heard a lot from Eric earlier. They're a fantastic partner, fantastic company. Go check them out. We've also got a lot of in-kind sponsors. We've got Elevate.net, gives us the Wi-Fi for our live stream. We've got 20 Fathoms, gives us space over there. And the job board through Creative Coast. Pro 360 helps out with the, I'm going to slow down a little bit now that we're past that. So Pro 360 does our photography, and then AK Production does our live stream. So we have some fantastic in-kind. If you want to do some in-kind, come find me after. We also have a job board. So if you are looking for anybody to hire, or you would like to look for a new job, there's a ton of jobs up there. I actually was on it the other day, just kind of checking out, see what's on there. It's full. There's 8 pages full of jobs that are, technically based or otherwise. You can scan the QR code to get to that. That is put on through a donation from Travis Connect, right? So, all right. So now we're going to do the prize. I moved them around and I forgot I moved them. All right. So we're going to calculate those votes. Now we do the drum roll. Do it again. All right. So tonight the pitch prize is sponsored by TC New Tech. And keep that drum roll going, guys. Tonight we're going to give away $500. And just got to keep that anticipation high. Come on. It's all for the pitch contestants. Okay. So, and our winner tonight is Dataloom. Congratulations, guys. Look over there, get a picture. I'm going to get out of the shot. We'll get a couple. Keep it going for them, guys. They earned it. They had a great pitch. I was very impressed. And I think they took a lot of pointers from Pitch Perfect. I want to say a special thank you to all of the people who pitch in for Pitch Perfect from 20 Fathoms and NMA and all of our investors in the area. So thank you so much for putting that on. I think that really helps our pitch contestants refine their pitch. So congratulations, guys. And if you want to step down here, Sarah can get a few more pictures from you, for you. All righty. Well, that is a wrap, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming out to our August TC New Tech pitch. We are going to do the second week in September just because of the holiday there. We are going to meet at Seven Monks going forward. Brew is closing early, so we can't meet down there anymore. So Seven Monks right across the street there. Typically, you can follow people across and we'll generally all migrate over together. Thank you so much for coming, everybody, and have a great month.